We're crossing over to Parliament now, where the House has approved the list of 26 members to serve on the Appointments Committee to vet President Akufo-Addo's ministerial nominees. Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, our parliamentary correspondent, joins us live. Hello, Joseph. You tell us more. Hello, Joseph. You tell us more on what's happening in the House right now.
The House just adjourned sitting just a few minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago, after there was the approval of the committee's report, the Committee of Selections report, recommending various members for the Appointment Committee and also the Business Committee. At the very dying minutes, the Speaker asked whether the House would want to approve the report. There were the yes and there was the no's. And the Speaker said he wasn't very clear in his mind. He asked that on both sides, they should stand up and be counted in terms of where your vote lies. But eventually, after a lot of back and forth, he went on to put the question again, and the ayes were louder than the no's, allowing for the approval of the report. And just to put it all in context, the NPP had kicked against the said recommendation for the approval of the committee's report, particularly having to do with the Appointment Committee, because the Appointment Committee has 26 members, 13 on the MPP side, 13 on the NDC side. And for the NDC, they are satisfied with it, but the MPP said that they think to a certain extent the figures don't add up because the first deputy speaker, being the chair of the committee, is not someone who should be counted among the other members of the committee if there should be an equal split. And so Alexander Napenyo-Markins, who is the MP for Futu, had argued that to a certain extent the committee as it had been set up now doesn't favor the NPP and that it's against the requirement in the standing orders. Well, eventually we saw the approval being given for it after the House debated it lengthily, with the NDC insisting that the formula as it exists now is the accurate formula that is supposed to be. Easy.
All right, so Joseph, if there are 13 members each, or you have 26, where I thought there's supposed to be an odd number, so that when there's a vote, then you can have one person, maybe the chairperson, casting the vote.
Israel, if you read the standing orders of Parliament, it makes the point that the Appointment Committee shall be chaired by the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament and shall have not more than 25 other members. So a decision on how many they should be is left to the House to take a decision on, in this case, the Select Committee, because instead of 25, they could have nominated 24 members,
yes,
24 MPs, plus the first deputy to then give it an odd number. But clearly the House, and for that matter, the Selection Committee, chaired by Speaker Bagben, which brought its report to the House for approval, came to the conclusion that it shouldn't be an odd number, but be an even number, and in this case, the maximum as is captured in the standing orders. The argument that was being forcefully made by the NDC side, or by the NPP side rather, was that usually the first deputy speaker who chairs is not part of the committee, and so it's only a case where there is a break in tie that his vote would count. But those on the other side disagreed. Muntaka Mubarak, the chief whip on the NDC side, said he's been part of the committee for 16 years now, and as far as he's concerned, the chair has always been part of proceedings and voting and decision taking, and looks like the House has given approval for whatever the position of the NDC side was, that 13-13, giving it an even number is the way to go.
So significantly, the NDC had their way as far as this appointment committee is concerned. All right. So, Joseph, I'm asking, significantly means that the NDC had their way as far as this appointment committee vote is concerned. All right, we seem to have lost Joseph Opoku-Gakpo.